Humidor shop talk. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Sports. Humidor shop talk. Cigars. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk.
Welcome. Happy Saturday morning. Another episode of Humidor Sports and Cigars. We are live from Tap That Ass over there. 11151 South Halsted. We're here to tap, smoking, doing what we do best. We're not drinking yet, but the day is young and we are not. So as you see, man, we're missing a few people, man. Shout out to Ben, man. Being on the hiatus, he'll be back soon. Get better, brother. And say hello, my man, KDL, Kevin Loud.
What is happening? Good Saturday morning to y'all. Let's get it.
And of course, to my left, probably to y'all, because we all looking up in the mirror, my man, PG, aka Face.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. We apologize for the but before we begin, because she's probably watching right now, got to say happy birthday to my beautiful wife.
Happy birthday to D Gould. Happy birthday, sis. You had me struggling at work Friday, but that's okay. We had a great time Thursday night, but I'm pretty sure we're going to continue to party. And special shout out to our sis, Sheik. Sheik opens up for us and let's do our thing, man. Let us do our thing. So look, we run a little behind, so we just gonna jump right into it. And we know what it is. NCAA tournament heating up. We are not down to the Elite Eight. So a big question been going on because we were just talking backstage about how there's no upsets, no big upsets, right? All the top teams, all the 1-2s, right? One versus two in every region. Is that good or bad for the tournament? Because the tournament always been around Cinderellas, right? It's always been about the Cinderella stories, the Loyolas. Remember the year Loyola went, man, how the city was hyped? Yeah. It's always been about teams like that. And remember Loyola Marymount when Hank Gathering, that situation. Like, it's always been about that. Is this good or bad?
What's Sugar team? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, not Shaka. Yeah.
His team too.
Man, it's not
for the Atlantic run.
Yeah.
I think me myself, I like the Cinderella team, but I think this is good, bro. Because this here just shows you that all the teams that stayed number one, number two, they stand out. They've been stand out this year, and they separate themselves from all the other teams. When you look at Duke, when you look at Tennessee, they've been doing this all year, man. It's nothing new to them. I mean, it's nothing. There's no change.
The committee is going to look at it and say they got it right.
Of course they are.
Yeah. Because now your number 1 and 2 seeds are all meeting up and it's supposed to go, right? So they're all meeting up, and the committee is going to say, "Hey, we got it right. Pick it right. We left people out. Put people in. It's all coming together like we thought it would be, right? So the committee is not going to have a problem. The mid-majors is going to have a problem. Your McNeese States,
right?
And I know we're not going here, but I'm going to throw it in here. Because of NIL, it's going to be a problem because Michigan, Auburn, Tennessee, Florida, they're going to take your seed and tell them we can pay him X, Y, Z. And now you won't be back next year because your best player is going to be with us. Right. So it's going to continue to show the number 1s and number 2s and the big boys is what you want to see. But that, I agree with you all, that doesn't make March Madness. What's making March Madness is anybody can win. Any given. Everybody has opportunity.
I mean,
But-
if you look at the way it's set up right now, you liable to see 2 number ones going for the championship.
Out of the same conference.
And how often has that ever happened?
Well, it's two things, and Kev made a great point with the mid majors. I was watching. I came from one of those college analysts made a good point. The mid majors are about to turn to JUCOs, right? Every recruiting team gonna have to be, hey, look, come here for a year or two and you ball out. I can get you an NIL deal. You can go to Duke,
Right.
Alabama, Florida, right? So they're gonna try to start recruiting totally different. So it's gonna turn to JUCO,
Right.
you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I didn't think of it like that, Kev. What you said was the committee got it right, right? They got it right. They seeded the teams, and the best teams are still in it. So it ain't no where they didn't deserve that, or all the SEC teams they've been winning. So it ain't. You really can't complain. It ain't sports all about the best teams winning.
That's what it's supposed to be.
It's the best.
That's what it's supposed to be. But on any given Sunday, just like the NFL, any given Sunday, everybody has the opportunity to win. With NIL, you're gonna continue to see big major, I ain't gonna say markets, but big major conferences having teams that advance because they don't have the money to pay the McNeeses, the Boise States, the teams like that. They gonna say, hey, the portal coming up.
Right.
Well,
Your boy Thornton.
well,
Already.
I'm glad.
It's a story
But it's a story behind that. But
I'm glad you said that.
y'all know.
Don't reveal your source.
When you just said the portal, you just pretty much looped us right into another thing.
I was like,
When the portal opened up,
Scottie Pippen of the Sun hit the portal.
Well,
Why they were still playing?
Hold on, y'all. I got a problem.
I mean, you talked about this.
I got a problem. Because if you're my team and we're fighting for the national championship, we're in the Sweet 16, we're going up against the number 1 team in the nation. You put your name in the portal now. You can put your name in the portal after the season. So it's not necessarily his fault per se, because they opened the portal up last month.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Why just wait till
You don't. College doesn't do that. College football doesn't do that
Right.
during the season. You don't do that.
So
You
why
don't
would
give
basketball?
Why would basketball do it? So you put the team in a position because what if one of Michigan guards got hurt last? What if one of them you're the other guard? How you put your name in the portal? Because of playing time or whatever it is, money, whatever the reason is.
So not just that. It's my thing. You put your name in the portal, we still in this. Dude,
We still on the team.
I got beef with you now. Because you already put your name in here to leave us.
It's no commitment.
So what are you doing? What do you mean?
It's like
my locker room.
it's like being in the midst of a divorce, but then you and y'all going to a wedding. Yeah.
Right.
Knowing y'all finna get divorced, y'all finna pray for you sitting next to this motherfucker like, man, I sit there too.
I think that creates some kind of hostility was inside that locker room. You know what I'm saying?
It will with me. Like bro, like you probably told a couple people on the team, like, man, I'm out of here, man. Coach ain't playing me, woo, right? First of all, you're averaging 1 point.
Right.
So there's a reason he's not playing.
It ain't like he's sitting behind bums either.
Right. He got people that can play. Right. So why don't you get in practice and beat him out? Why don't you compete with him? Why don't you say, hey,
But we already talked about that.
you're not taking my spot?
Okay, we talked about that. Didn't I say with the transfer report in there? Yeah, I ain't gotta compete. Oh man, Kev beat me out of my spot and transfer.
And obviously somebody
transfer averaging 1 point something a game.
But somebody gonna take it.
Well, somebody already picked him up.
But somebody gonna take you, but who gonna pay you? What are you?
Maybe
What is
Scotty,
your 1 point gonna do for me and my son?
maybe Scotty's Urban is in a NIL deal. Y'all think? Maybe not. Okay.
Stop.
And then if you're that delicious, hey, play it out. Play it out. Don't you leave during the season. Play it out. I blame the NCAA for this too. Yeah, you got the transfer portal going on during the damn tournament.
That's the question.
That was my thing when I say I'm like,
At least after the final.
After the just wait another championship. Well, it's next week.
Open the shit up Tuesday.
Yes.
It's like next week for Monday, right?
Open the shit Monday. Open the shit up Tuesday.
What's the difference between last Monday and
Why would you open it up
I didn't get it?
during the playoffs? That don't make sense.
You making a kid make a decision during a run. Michigan, I'm gonna use that example. Michigan's on the run. You make a kid make a life-changing decision in the middle, and then the coach loses the play.
So now I got a question. And I don't know this part. I'm gonna ask you for sure. This is a real question. So now he entered the transfer portal.
It's off the ticket. It's
That's what I'm going to ask. See, he off the team. So he told me I was team. So guess what?
Put his name in the portal.
Guess what?
Put your name in the
You
portal.
put your name in the portal during the playoffs. Now you're off the team. Oh, I hope we make a run and win the championship. Guess what? Your name, man, he ain't gonna be on that team list no more.
You know
left.
That'll be karma for you.
That's karma.
That's karma for you.
Because watch this.
That's karma.
When these kids are making these decisions, it's not kid parent, it's kid agent. They run past the parent,
Right.
and the parent
They still make their decision.
and they still make the decision. The parent can say, "Hey man, I don't think this is a good idea, bro. Don't do that."
That's why I
Right? And if you
when I found out whose son it was, I was surprised that he did that.
well, he's not good as his brother. That's not to say.
He
She
should
does
have.
a ball back.
His brother, yeah,
brother is
his
bad.
brother,
Yeah, he is.
But you're not the same dude. So hell, people didn't know you exist. We ain't know Scotty could have had another son.
Hell, they look just alike. I thought it was him. I'm like, wait a minute, that's
It was
Junior.
like, they didn't know
Shit, they like,
That's who said that.
So that's why you averaging 1 point. So you can't put your name in the transfer portal averaging 1 point. And Michigan might not miss you. But it's just the fact that you're doing it while they're still trying to win a championship.
But isn't this?
So that means when we do a huddle, hey man, let's do this. We together.
But think about this. Think about this.
Yo, fellas out the door.
Haven't we been talking about this since football season? Right? About like this is what we always wanted. You know, the college athletes to have a little paper, a little freedom. But the mistake they made is there's no structure. Right? There's no structure. It's a free fall. And I thought it was going to take a couple of years for the effect to kick in. This shit is happening right away.
That's why coaches are
Like it is ridiculous.
That's why some coaches are resigning.
Yeah, coaches getting up out of there.
Dude from Miami resigned.
Yeah.
Dude from Virginia jumped up and resigned. Like they can't compete. And they don't. The thing with it is, man, you're not recruiting a kid out of high school now based on talent. You're recruiting a kid out of high school based on what you can pay.
Mm-hmm.
And the agents making money off these kids, right? The street people making money off these kids, but it's about what you can get.
Well, that's who benefit. The agents.
The agents is what benefit.
Agents
They don't know about you.
They said agents are recruiting in like grammar school, middle school. Agents are already like at the games recruiting people to sign up.
No one. Hey, Carl.
Hey,
Michelle.
Hey, we want to give congratulations to Michelle, her retirement. Congratulations.
Yes.
The whole other time.
She ain't got to do nothing. She had to.
I mean, 42 years of study. 42 years. Congratulations.
Hey, but yeah, then
So,
with the
Carolina offer me that Ohio State can go? What can Florida offer me? Because dude from Florida, y'all remember he was a starter for
Yeah.
y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Like for Arkansas.
Yeah. What? Damn, I can't think of his name. He's but Carolina about to scoop him up. So that's the game. But that's the game. But let's get to the actual games, man. 1 versus 2 of these regions. Pat, you got the actual who played. So let's make us some picks. And while we're on here, man, who bracket's still intact?
I didn't even fill out a bracket this year.
You ain't do. I didn't know.
Still got
It
Florida.
looked like it's all over the place to me, brother.
I mean, your Final Four team.
I got Florida, Duke, Houston still.
Oh, you got 3 out of 4. Shit, that's good.
So, out the East, you're going to have
Florida's gonna run into Auburn.
Yeah, it's gonna be a game.
Yeah, I believe this bracket is right. I got
Let's delete it.
the Elite Eight is Alabama. Number 2, got Florida, got Duke, got Texas Tech, Michigan State,
National game. Who playing with that?
Tennessee. That's what I'm looking for to see how
That's
that
TV
game
show.
goes. I'm pulling up the schedule.
All right, I know so far. I know it was Bama. That was a good matchup. Who Bama got?
All right, Duke.
Bama and Duke.
Texas Tech. Bama got Duke. Texas Tech got Florida.
Okay, let's do it a game at a time. Let's go Bama Duke
Bama
because that's what I want to see. I want to see this Bama
So
Duke.
maybe we got
Bama got some athletes, man. Bama got some athletes.
Bama can score a lot,
Mhm.
but Duke got a complete team. Like the point guard from Bama that came back that was supposed to go to the league.
Mhm.
He's good. But Cooper Flag, bro, like Proctor,
They got first rounders.
Yeah, right. They got 4. I got to roll with Duke, man. Even though Bama got more experience, remember Bama.
They may have 4 top 15.
Bama seems pretty big too, man. Long.
Yeah,
Bama, they long, they athletic. They can give you, they can give you problems. But Duke got some ballers, man.
They got some ballers, man.
They got ballers. And the way it's going, it looks like it's going to be Duke's year. I don't think they're going to win it all. I still think Florida's going to win.
When the last time you seen a freshman this completed in the game? I'm talking about overall, they all the game. I don't see a flaw in that boy game, man.
I don't need it.
That boy can shoot.
I'm talking about that. I'm looking at the boy when he was distributing the ball. I'm like, man, this dude is dropping that fast in this ball, man, with them assists.
Here's what people don't realize. He reclassified. He reclassified to come out early.
That's right. He did. I remember he did.
He put himself up in the top 100
Mm-hmm.
that class coming out a year before he was supposed to come out.
Oh, wow.
Now,
So technically, he's a year younger than everybody thinks he really
Right.
is.
so and remember this. If you remember in the Olympics during the trial, they said he was killing the U.S. team. They say he was giving AD and them the business of practice. Like this dude is the real deal. Is he?
Brown, like,
This kid special. Yeah, this kid is something special. And like with all the hype that was behind Wemby and people like that, some of the top top prospects, is Cooper Flag right in that conversation? Man?
Yes.
Like franchise changing cat.
Yes. I'm going to say most definitely.
y'all got to see my voice this morning.
Like I said, the boy has
I'm going to hate to see him go to Charlotte.
That's the problem.
I'm going to hate to see him go to
That's why the NBA controls. That's why they do the lottery. That's the reason why they don't do like the NFL and Major League Baseball and every other thing, which makes sense. The worst team should get the pick. They control where it, where if it's like when LeBron came, he just happened up in Cleveland.
ever since Patrick Ewing went to New York.
Right. Yeah. Or when Derrick Rose just ended up in Chicago.
Right.
And what the Bulls had like a 2% chance of getting the first
Fade
pick.
flag.
Right, like that just happens. Oh wow!
I hate to see him go somewhere too that doesn't have pieces of rap.
I don't want to see that man in Charlotte. That's just like doing the came out of Alabama with Brandon Miller.
Yeah. Brandon Miller.
Skip all that.
Other shit, yeah.
He can hoop in the Charlotte. Have you heard from him since?
No. Well,
So I don't want him to end up
Charlotte ain't on TV.
That's what I'm saying. Have you heard from him? I don't want to see Cooper Flag in Washington, man.
Imagine
I
this.
don't want that.
Think about this, y'all.
That'd be almost career killer.
Think about this. He could end up in San Antonio with Wemby and Fox.
Oh my God.
They in the lottery. They could have played.
Oh my God.
He could end up with Wemby and Fox next year with the Spurs. You talk about a young,
And they'll do it
big three.
They'll do it.
That's what I'm Robinson.
Do it again.
So Thought of that right now is just
That's sick.
and then the boy with green hair, he be balling.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm looking at it.
In the front.
He be balling.
And they got dude from Castle from Connecticut.
Yep.
Like that's why Chris Paul, but they got Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
They're
Chris Paul. Chris Paul.
Not in the flag.
He got
Like the because that's why teams like the Wizards have sucked forever. Like I just somehow you just feel like he's not going to end up like with Charlotte. You said, I think he's too big, and let's put race in it. It's a white boy. It's a white boy. You know what I mean? The next, the one, right? You know, no Luka. You know they're looking for the next bird and all that shit. Luka for overseas cat. They could be setting this dude up. We always talk about the league not wanting foreign players to be the face. They could be setting this white boy up to be the face of the NBA. So they're not gonna send him to Charlotte or Washington or no shit like that.
Can't do it.
Right. It's not gonna go.
I ain't gonna say a big market, New York, Chicago. I'm gonna say that.
Right.
But they're gonna send him somewhere.
Be a big market, bro.
Well, no, not necessarily right off the bat. New York. Yeah.
Because the Spurs in the lottery. The Spurs be out for the year, Fox out for the year. They down there. The lottery balls in their favor. But let's get back to the game, man. So who we picking? Duke, Bama, Kevin, you got?
Duke.
Yeah, I'm going with Duke.
I like that. If you ask,
and you, even though you see the hat, it's unanimous. I gotta go with Duke. You know, what you know, it hurts. It hurts.
And you know, when we first started talking about March Madness, we was talking about the black guy. When we said we're gonna rap our team, who did I tell you I should go get? Cause in honor of our girl. Remember I told you I should go get Duke.
Oh,
Anthony. I said the money I'm thinking about getting Duke.
So,
Y'all Russell should be going crazy right now.
Yeah,
Duke rolling.
And I told him, when we first talked about it, I told him I was going to do it.
I wouldn't be able to get off my back right now, God Russell. So,
should be going crazy.
You already know.
He had some of the biggest wars in Duke had. So you know what? Just for Antoinette, I'm cheering. Definitely Antoinette. But for some reason, you know what? It's hard, man, because someone like Bears, Packers, like, I just can't cheer for the damn Packers. I don't care who they play. They could play the Harlem Coach. I don't care who they playing. They play Chicago State. I could never cheer.
I was with y'all when Jordan Love went in and beat the dog out of Dallas. Y'all still with you. No. I said, man, look at this young team. They're gonna be around for a minute. Don't act like young. They're good. They're gonna wide receiver, whatever. Y'all still with you.
But it's Duke is Carolina. But I think Duke gonna go get him. What's the next game?
Next game we got Texas and Florida. Florida back, man. Texas Tech. Florida back.
I'm taking Florida. Yeah. Well, first of all, I got to win the national championship. Let's leave that there. But Texas Tech struggled with Arkansas. They had to come back. But it was a typical Calipari collapse, number one.
Right.
But they had to come back to beat it. You can't play with Florida.
You said typical of Calipari.
But you can't play with Florida and get down like that. You ain't coming down.
No, you're not.
Florida is well round.
Yeah.
Like it hits you with whatever.
Yeah.
That's like
Florida. Yeah. Florida's
that's like that. I hope it's from Florida team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's they tough, man. And you know what? I haven't got to see a lot of Texas Tech, but the
Texas is good.
little piece I've seen, they good. From what the little sample size I've seen, it's pretty good.
They're good. Not going. This ain't no shade towards Texas Tech whatsoever.
Right.
They're good.
Exactly.
They should have been down to Arkansas like that. Arkansas shut the lights out.
Right.
But you can't play with Florida. Go down 20 and think no something.
You're gonna make a run.
No something.
Yeah, that's true. Pat, who you got?
I'm going Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
I think it's unanimous again. We taking Florida. Man, that's crazy. Okay. I don't think there's ever been a time on the show we all agreed on 2 straight games. All right, what's the next game we got?
I got Florida winning the national championship. So I'm a little biased.
I'm rolling with Duke.
You got them winning.
I got them winning the national championship. They're gonna run in Auburn. I thought it was Elite 8. They're not. They're gonna run in Auburn the Final Four.
Okay, what's the next game?
Tennessee.
Another good game. Great game.
Both of them.
Now I'm gonna kick this off. I'm gonna roll with Tennessee in this.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll with the 2. I'm gonna roll with the 2, man. You know, I watched Houston the other day, and I see some flaws. I see some flaws. I just think Tennessee got some dogs, man. Tennessee got some dogs, and they well coached. They well coached. And Houston got a great program. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like, man, Tennessee, the way they play right now, they roll.
Well, the Chief Sampson.
Well, Tennessee's coach, Kelvin Sampson, baby.
No, that's Houston.
No, Houston coach Sampson.
Well, Tennessee's coach.
He used to coach Texas.
Okay.
Rick, is it Rick Bones?
Is it Burns?
Used to coach Texas.
Yeah, that's him.
Tennessee rolling. I watched them last night. They got the ballers. They got a guard and a three. I think he played the three.
Mm-hmm.
They got a guard with the head.
Yeah.
He been about 6 years.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
The other guy, the dark-skinned guy,
Been there for a minute.
he been there for a minute. The dark-skinned guy, they got smooths. They got smooths. Tennessee been balling all year.
But here come a butt.
But
Here come the butt. I know he set it up for the butt.
I think they beat Houston, man. Houston played D, man. Like
They do.
we
They
trip
do.
about scoring in college. We trip about who shoot the three and all that.
He always playing, brother.
Man, Houston played D, man. Houston can lock it down for a 5-minute stretch, game over.
Yeah.
Like they can score.
I don't know, man. It's just I just got to go with my. I don't know. My intuition is saying Tennessee, man. I don't know why. I like Tennessee though, man.
Yeah, roll either way.
Yeah, I like Tennessee. Pat, we got
This is a game I only got to watch some of both of them. I really didn't see them, but when I did see Houston, I was very impressed. So I'm going with Houston. And plus,
It's been there
good
the
to
last
see
3 years, like number
it's
one.
good to see Houston back like the Houston of the old time.
so far. Y'all got 3-1 seeds in the final four.
Yeah.
All 3-1 seeds.
Yeah.
All right, what's the
What
last?
game we missed?
Not last today.
Is Michigan State and R. And guess what? I'm gonna throw some bull in the game this time.
Go ahead.
I'm going with Tom Izzo. I don't know how he pull it off, but Izzo always got his team around it. And that boy right there playing ball here. Jay Rich playing ball here. That boy whooping.
Watched the man last night. People didn't believe. I said, man, that's Jason Richardson's son.
Yes, sir.
So they showed Jason Richardson in the crowd.
Yes, sir.
They're like, oh. Yeah. We was like, bro, that's his son.
Yeah.
That boy shoot the three. That boy take y'all the
He
dribble.
got a game. He got a game.
He got a game.
That is defense. So
It's all
I like
on
that.
the screen. And the Atkins do. The Atkins.
Yeah.
It's in the three.
I think it's Atkins.
Squad.
Of course you do.
I got Auburn, man. I got
Of course.
because in my bracket I got Auburn to meet Florida, and I got Florida beating Auburn. So I can't stand here and take Michigan State. Because I had Michigan State going up to this point and
Going
losing
for
Auburn.
record reasons. I understand.
Right. Not for me.
I had Michigan State going this far, and that's it.
You know what? Before last night, because I watched that Michigan game, like I was on it too. Before last night, I would have took Michigan State. But when I saw Auburn go on that run, that big boy, man, his game a little.
He been there 6 years.
Yeah, he been a long time. His game a little weird, but big boy just
But he
big.
gets up. He gets
And
up. Shoot the three.
they got some other athletic bigs, man. Like on that team, man.
The big
year,
the
the 6 year
player.
player.
Yeah.
This is the year, the 6 year players.
Right.
But that's what college basketball is.
Yeah.
I know.
So, you know, I after the game's close in the second half, you know, and at this point, I kind of want to see an upset. So I was like, all right, let's go blue, let's go Michigan, let's go. Let's go. Michigan ball. And that big boy Michigan, man. That big boy got
Michigan ball. Give him credit.
But man, I just saw like
Just got over.
I just saw Auburn locked down, way locked down. But I think between this game, the Duke and Alabama game gonna be the best game. I'm gonna be glued to the TV for those two. But I'm gonna go with Auburn. Just tilted at the last game. I saw them go on that run, dude. Oh man.
So hold on. Is that 4 number ones? Then we gotta go into the final.
I got 3 ones.
I got
You got 4 ones. You got 3 ones.
I got 4 ones.
Yeah,
And when the last time that happened? That was about 7, 8 years ago.
years ago.
It's been a while since all 4 number
You
ones.
said 7.
But again,
I was
the committee is gonna say, y'all get up off us. This is how we pick it. this how it turned out. Y'all get a pause.
But like you said, they
That's how they gonna do it.
But since we're talking about this college basketball, dude, we gotta touch on the girls a little bit too, because there's some good games coming up with the girls team.
Yes. Now, I wish I hadn't really followed the girls as much.
But
I know kids.
So wait, I can call them out for you, kid. I can call them out.
They did.
Now, you got Notre Dame. You got Notre
But
Dame.
they're playing right now.
You got Tennessee and Texas.
Yep.
Oklahoma finna play UConn. You got Kansas State that's gonna be playing USC, even though they ain't got Juju, they still pulled it off the other day. And then tomorrow, you got some heavy-hitters. You got Duke going against South Carolina. Then you got LSU going against UCLA.
So let's talk about which game you want to talk about. 'Cause y'all know I watched. Y'all know I get that.
I'm gonna give you a game to talk about. I already know you got Kansas State and USC without Juju.
I think USC will win the game. USC still got top. They got old girl. Her last name started with a K. She was the woman at Stanford. She transferred to USC to play with Juju.
That's a little forward.
The tall chick.
Yeah.
She can ball. She has to be the 20 to 30 point scorer while Juju is out. They got enough talent to beat Kansas State. They will not beat UCLA. They will not beat Notre Dame. They will not beat
Without Juju.
without Juju. So they don't get past Kansas State. But whoever they play next is over. I personally, UCLA winning it all.
UCLA winning it all.
UCLA winning it all.
They were number one in the country, right? They number one.
You know they two losses was?
USC.
They can't beat USC to say they lost, but they can beat everybody else in America.
South Carolina too.
You down and down?
Love Don. Shout out to Don. If you're watching, love it.
They got
Better beat UCLA.
basically the same record. One is 33 on one is
South Carolina struggled yesterday. They won.
Yeah.
They struggled yesterday. They can the way they played, throwing the ball away and all that, can't do that against UCLA.
So what they take care of the ball if you got 10?
That's gonna be a good game. But UCLA is the best team in the country.
So no Dame just take it.
Notre Dame got a good guard. She can ball. She's going to the WNBA. She comes out.
Red hair.
She can ball.
No, they got a great women's program too.
LSU can ball.
Yeah.
They're not a complete overall better team than UCLA.
No, not.
Mark this down. Somebody mark this down. UCLA will win the national championship in women's basketball.
So you saying like hands down?
Yeah, that's what it is.
They're the best team.
That with a lot of confidence.
They're the best team.
I feel sorry for Juju though.
I
Because
did.
yesterday they were just showing a clip of the top women still left. And now
That
to hear her
Juju
name,
takes away ratings.
never
Right.
to hear her name mentioned in that lineup of players. I'm like, man, that's
But if you a college basketball fan of women, you'll still watch.
Yeah.
Right. Juju takes away rating.
You lose
Like
the
if Juju would have went up against UCLA, Juju would have went up.
and that's
Gonna
what
watch.
that's the game they look for. They look for to go against what's the girl name? Kat.
They were going to, I think it would have been a collision course with UConn or something like that. Like they were going to run into somebody before the Final Four, or they was going to run into somebody. But without Juju,
The Elite Eight. They would have gotten the Elite Eight. They would have met UConn, Juju, USC.
What's the girl name?
they
Tom?
ran into UConn.
Paige Beckers.
Harry Becker. That's I couldn't think of.
Hold on. Let's give respect where it's due. Sean, hear me out on this. Let's give respect where it's due. Paige Beckers was before Caitlin Clark,
Yeah.
before Juju.
Yeah. She was.
So she blew out her face. Yeah. She was before all of them.
Yeah.
Wait,
She had two major injuries, and she came back from them.
Yeah.
So yeah, Paige Beckers is
That's why I
she's the
said
real
Juju
deal.
will be fine, because Paige Beckers did the exact same thing.
What was the other injury, Sean?
Good question. I don't know. Let me double check.
Oh yeah, that would have been a ratings match.
Yeah, and that
That
everybody,
would have been
all the was geeking up that. Was geeking
that
up
would have been a ratings match. Yeah, man, it sucked watching you go down. I mean, you watch enough sports and play enough sports to know, like players know when it happens.
And I watched it live.
And she knew.
I watched it
I was watching it too. But the best
She did
part,
the same thing, Kyrie. She was going 100 miles an hour.
and that knee buckle.
Hey, Pat, here's what she had. In addition to the ACL, a lateral meniscus tear and a tibial plateau fracture. So she broke her leg in addition, and a meniscus tear in addition to the ACL. So that was what Paige Beckers had to deal with.
A couple years later, she's going to be the number one pick in the WNBA team. Yeah, that don't inspire you to say, hey, let me just knock this rehabilitation out. I'll be back. The good thing for her, she's only a sophomore. Right? So it ain't like that was her senior year she went down. She's only a sophomore. And so she technically still has 2 years left. She can play it off rich. Like, it's ways she can get around and still.
Well, and then we also know, like, today, technology and medicine, man, like the torn ACL is not a,
That's why
you know,
they was saying they have by one USC. They got one of the best medical staff down there. Because the medical staff down there did a couple of pro plays.
Yeah. Damn, let me tell y'all this. When a player gets hurt, and they're either down or they're helping them out, always look at the player.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
If you looked at Juju, she knew
she see her face. Y'all already know she knew she
knew she was. Kyrie knew he was. Kyrie on some Kobe stuff.
The NCAA, they caught a lot of flack from some of the analysts too. They like, what was the second was that y'all didn't have a chair to wheel that girl up out of it. Y'all had to carry her.
Yeah, what happened so fast? She wasn't even on her side of the pitch. She was on their side. Yeah. They just picked up carry. Yeah. But if you looked at her, when they brought her up like this, she was holding her knee. She was like, it was over. She knew it.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
I mean, you typically, and then, like we always say, anytime it's non-contact, we line up. That's it. More than likely, season over. Right. But unlike back in the day, it's not a career. It shouldn't change up trajectory of her career. She got
to her credit, she got her sophomore year.
Yeah, right.
She's young. She still technically got
plenty of time here.
It ain't no difference in baseball. Everybody has Tommy John surgery not coming back the same damn year. Remember when Tommy John surgery was 2 year, was a 2 year absence, and now everybody's having it. So shout out to Juju, man. We can't wait to get well soon. All right, let's move on. I don't know when we had time, but I probably got a little time. Yeah. So, a couple of things I was kind of shifting around, but because we got some NFL talk about, we got some news.
We want to talk about the Steve Nash.
We got some news. But since you mentioned it, the biggest story of the week, and probably for the last 2 weeks, Stephen A. versus LeBron. Stephen A. versus LeBron, and then we can segue into what happened with the Bulls the other day and all that. But the take on it. So Pat, I'm gonna give your take on just the whole situation.
I'm gonna go last.
All of it's stupid, bro. It ain't nothing but a lot of going back and forth over what Stephen A. supposedly said about his son LeBron taking up for his kid. You know what I'm saying? It's grown folks stupid stuff. Really, because they could have been left this alone, man. LeBron didn't have been interested. But from what I heard, I didn't see the other stuff. They said that Stephen A. The problem is when Stephen A. was going to other people's shows, they kept asking about it. He kept speaking on it. What he should have did, he should just say, you know what? That's dead. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna speak on it. Let's talk about something. Me and LeBron had a few words. That was it. He left it at that. It's wrong. He left it at that. Instead of him doing what he did. And then LeBron goes on Pat McAfee's show. So he feel like he got to hit back now. Okay, you being paid too. But if you
didn't know he was on this.
If you man, he did know it.
That's his show.
But he asked
us on there, you do what you want to do on this show.
And he started asking questions. So he already knew what was going to happen when he asked the question. That's why he asked the question. Now the only thing I heard somebody else say this another part, and it made a lot of sense to me. He said he understands it doing it. He said for LeBron, he said the only thing I don't like about it, he like LeBron with the Pat McAfee show. Somebody's already established. if you really want to move the needle on something, he said, you could have. He said, if you really want to move the needle on something, you could have went to one of these younger upcoming black kids. Say, hey, can go and hang out with this kid and show him, you know what I'm saying? Give him a little information and do it on his podcast. Help him come up.
I disagree with that.
Why?
Here's why I disagree with that.
Why?
Rich Paul was on that show 2 weeks prior.
Okay.
The Lakers were in Indianapolis. That's what got back in the show.
Right.
So him being cool with LeBron, hey man, y'all in town, stop by the show. Rich Paul looked at him 2 weeks prior. Trust.
When they go to Pat McAfee show,
LeBron see if you want to.
when they go to Pat McAfee show, they get paid.
No, because Aaron Rodgers. You're right.
So you don't think he got paid?
Not for one appearance. No.
Yeah, LeBron ain't doing that for money.
He
He ain't doing that for money.
Aaron Rodgers is there every Tuesday. Aaron Rodgers got paid throughout the football season. That's different. So Rich Paul said, "Me out let Brian see if you want to do it." Brian agreed to it. Right? Just so happened, Stephen A. and Pat McAfee don't get along. Going on a show to where your impact, whatever you say on his show, is going to impact his show. Not to Stephen A.'s credit. Pat McAfee is my man. He didn't do nothing wrong. He did his job. That's questions. Right? Cool. Professional. I bet you Stephen A. like this.
Now, I think Stephen A. was wrong when he said something about LeBron. And that comes to police.
Which was a
What?
lie. Because LeBron,
He apologized.
he had to backtrack.
So
I think that was really bold.
he said, Stephen A. started all this. When you say the man ain't good enough, he ain't ready for the league, should be on the roster, all that, that's legitimate. That's why initially I said he ain't never disrespected LeBron's son. He never said nothing wrong.
Yeah, he told me about that.
But what happened was when he went on air and said, "Hey man, hey, I'm pleading with you, LeBron. I'm pleading as a father. I'm a father. I got daughters. I'm pleading with you as a father, man. Get your son out of this, don't you?" Right? That's where LeBron took issue. Remember, LeBron, they caught the clip, but LeBron was talking to Richard Jefferson, his boy. LeBron said, "Hey man, it was kind of messed up." But when he said, "That's a father, I mean, I had to go." That's what LeBron said. Now, initially, Stephen A. said, "Well, he approached me as my father. I wasn't talking to LeBron James, the superstar. I was talking to LeBron James, the father." I understood. It's cool. Then you go on the podcast, and they say, "Man, what was up with that?" You say, "Oh man, that was weak. It was weak, man. He could have called me up." No. You did it public. He did it public. And if you was going to do anything, if you had anything to say, you should have did it when the man was standing in front of your face. Or you should have said, "Hey, Brian, see me after the game. Brian, see me after the game, bro. This ain't it, man." Because it was during the game, it was during the timeout. "See me after the game, bro. I won't leave. I'm gonna see you after the game. So I'll let me after the game. I won't leave." Right? You could have played it like that. Right. But you did. You stood down. You understood.
Okay, hold on. Let's hold a second. Sean, we need to take a quick commercial break. You got time to queue up a commercial for us real quick? If you do, then
no
we go.
problem. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, yeah. Queue up a commercial. Angry man in the building. We're gonna get him set up, and then we're gonna come out. We're gonna continue this conversation, and we got some more stuff to talk about. So we'll be right back.
All right, we got a 3-minute break. 3-minute break.
Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
We're gonna set them up. So we can just show up anytime we want for the show. Anytime you feel like
Either don't come or come late.
This motherfucker with a dog to the back.
Would have been for that.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
Yeah, hello. I'm I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now. I'm sorry. My thoughts are going a mile a minute.
My kids are out of state. My buddies from the Army are all gone now. I'm really alone.
I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago. I miss so much time with her. I keep getting calls about the bills, and I'm trying to get a job, but I feel so stuck.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad you called.
Okay, sir. Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Sean Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Taps it out to Giddey and gets it in the post. Here's Kobe White. That's a deep Kobe White three. Oh, wow, that was from Willowbrook. Bulls can make it a single-digit game, and Kobe White trying to do it with a three.
Oh, give me the hot sauce, Kobe White.
Herter, Giddey. Back to Kevin for three.
Oh, give me the hot sauce, Kevin Herter.
12 seconds left. Bulls have to hurry.
Amen.
Get it into Vucevic. Quick pass to Williams. Big shot for three. Good. 2-point game. 9.8 left. Oh, loose ball. Giddey. The steal. White for the lead. Yeah!
Big time plays. Big time plays.
Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds left. Giddey for the win. Go!
Oh, my God. I cannot believe this. Elizabeth, I'm coming, baby.
All right, y'all, we back. We back, and we got joining us, Angry Man himself, Slide Dog is in the building. So check it out, man. We were just talking about Stephen A. LeBron thing, and we just saw the clip.
And I want to do it.
And yeah, we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get right back to it. We just watched the clip of what happened the other night, Bulls versus Lakers. We just saw the big collapse. So I want to put all this together. And I was just not let Kev get back to what he was saying. LeBron needs to be focused on the seeding in the Western Conference playoff. Let's stop going on the shows, stop doing all this silly shit with Stephen A. Smith. It's time to focus on the Lakers.
Once you focus on throwing the ball,
it's time to get back focused. It's time to get back focused. That's a battle right now. From 2 to 6, you battle for playoff seed. It's a critical time of the year, and you on Cat McAfee show talking about Stephen A. Smith shit.
That ain't had nothing to do with him throwing the ball.
No. I'm putting it all together. I'm putting it all together. I'm saying is that it's time to focus, like get back focused on basketball.
I mean, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Get back, and he hasn't. I know he's coming back from the groin injury and everything, but he hasn't looked that good. And we can the last seconds of the collapse of the game. LeBron, you could put that on him.
They got to get it the same day.
Yeah, but the Lakers overall, it kind of struggled since Roy was out, LeBron was out. They trying to get back in the groove. They were rolling for a while. Get back in the groove. I'm just saying that LeBron, as he sets the stage for that team, he sets the standard for that team. Like they follow him. When LeBron locked down defense, they all locked down defense. They follow. So just to me, just even if it was my teammate, you know what I'm saying? And I know you probably can't say that to LeBron. I'd be like, hey, bro, let's get back to this.
You can say this.
Like I'm just saying, but you probably could get kicked off team or something. But I'm just saying, you gotta be like, hey man, it's time to get rid of it. It's playoff run. We're going for seeds. We need to get into this shit, man.
So I wasn't here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap a complete ball around everything. First of all, he was playing a game in Indianapolis. I didn't see nothing wrong with him going on that night. Everybody, but why we gonna do that? It's just no other different than any other athlete on the pitch. Okay? Second of all, Memphis fired their coach. So that's completely absurd. That's completely absurd. But for me, him being on the show, him being on Pat McAfee's show, one had nothing to do with the other. Like me and Bill was talking about a couple days ago. The thing that bothers me about them is this. First of all, when we thought was going to happen once they got rid of AD, their defense absolutely collapsed. And the interior defense. That was coming. Right. That was it couldn't hold up. Because remember, they were playing some bad teams. Now, since their schedule caught up to them, now we started getting exposed to Pittsburgh. Right. Don't forget about that. Because they had the toughest schedule in the season. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's a problem. That thing the other day, the Bulls are playing better than most teams give them credit for. The Bulls are 9-20 last 11 games. So don't be disrespectful. No, second of all, absolutely they did, but the Bulls been in every game. They should be Houston, they should be Golden State. Them are the two losses they had. Yeah. Okay. So don't think the Bulls and they beat the Lakers by 36 and averages.
That's
when LeBron coming back.
But Thursday night, the Lakers collapsed. That was more Lakers collapse.
They should have been up right now in those games. But
the Lakers collapsed.
But it happens. I totally agree. That stuff with Stephen A. And it's one thing that I said, what's the light skin guy on the pivot? I posted a video. No, the light skin guy with Gary Fisher over his White House. Matt Barnes. I like what Matt Barnes said.
He had to say
I like what Matt Barnes said. Is because Matt Barnes said we got a chance to see a part of the bar because we've been so covered that we never got a chance to see before. Okay. But what he said about Steve A is absolutely factual. Now, regardless if he should have said it or not, it was true. Steve A got any feelings about it. But I don't see no wrong with going on that show. But I agree with you in this aspect. That's all I can lay down. Let's play basketball. It's because you could go from in 4th or 5th seed all the way back down to 7th.
They almost in the fight.
That's what
you said.
Absolutely.
So you can't lose against
Golden State already in the play-in because they only lost a couple games. They was balling.
Did they just lose one?
Well, Jimmy's unbelievable. But that's the problem. That's the problem. So that's what you got.
Just in case y'all hear somebody whispering in the background, we got a surprise visitor that we didn't think was coming. Yeah. So you might hear him in the background.
Yeah. He came. Somebody say he was off the show. Yeah. But look, I agree with you. LeBron needs to focus on. I agree with both of y'all. LeBron needs to focus on basketball. I agree with that. I don't fault him for going on Pat McAfee's show because, like Sly said, the Lakers were in India. If he cool with McAfee or if Rich Paul hooked it up, yeah, I'll let Brown stop by. The Lakers will be here in 2 weeks. I ain't got a problem with that. I don't think him showing up on Pat McAfee has nothing to do with him throwing the damn ball away. That was at the end of the damn game.
That was terrible.
Because if that's the case, then he wouldn't have got the winning tip in the very same day he was on the McAfee show. So that ain't got nothing to do with that. I agree with you overall. Somebody should say that.
But he shot hard in that Pacers game.
He did.
He played hard in the last. He had 2 points.
He barely scored 15 points. I agree with you. So, as your teammate, I don't care if you're the key and all that. as your teammate, I should be able to come, hey man, look, let's stretch run, man. We need to lock our seating down or something, man. Hey man, let's get focused. Let's go. Right? Normally that's what him to say. He should
that would be. That would be.
He should build up enough rapport with his teammates so they can be like, hey, Brian, come on, man.
So ain't nobody gonna let the team go second to him. You guys, you trying to take everybody on that team scared to say, hey, Brian, dude, we need you.
That's what it sounds like.
I
wouldn't be.
He's the veteran. He's the veteran on the team. He's the guy. I mean, it's I think not ready. Ready probably should step in.
I'm gonna give you your answer.
But tell me this though, right? We all, you play, you with your team, you with the homies, or whatever. You know how it is. At this time of year, now my only issue with it is at this time of year, the hell with Pat McAfee show. And it ain't nothing wrong with it, but this time of year and what we playing for, and we trying to get rolling, especially when people are just talking about y'all possibly in contention to for another title. No, let's get. I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a LeBron fan. I'm not saying it's in the world. I'm saying, but at this time of year, we need to all be locked in.
What the money's saying.
So he should have been on the
No, that's not what he's saying. It's not about the show. You missed the big picture. What he's saying is his focus is off. His focus was off with all this movie.
But Timmy, one show he lost to be focused.
He's saying,
no.
The show is. I think where his focus is lost is this Stephen A. media shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's why I think his focus is.
So you said he should shut up.
Yeah,
he's taking a stand, which they should have taken a stand against them long time ago.
Yeah, but let's put that on seat.
Let's put that on seat. Hold on. Let's talk about this. I feel the guy with the mic and the platform should shut up.
No, but he said no. But Stephen A. is paid to talk. But LeBron is paid to play basketball.
Not paid to make it personal. Stephen A. made it personal. Stephen A.
I think
had no business questioning him. Hold on. Stephen A. had no business questioning him as a father. LeBron didn't him like you talked about my son specifically. He came to him because he questioned you as a father. As a father, I'm a father too. LeBron took exception to that. So since you did it nationally, LeBron came to you.
Now, when I said that, don't get y'all got on me about that. I've been saying for the longest it was about him being a father. But of course, the number one hater. Okay, he
what I said originally, y'all, I said this on the show. I said Stephen A. didn't say nothing disrespectful about his son. When I watched what ticked LeBron off was, I'm basically as a father, I got daughters too. As a father, man, I'm telling you, that pissed LeBron off. So LeBron, when I see you, I'm coming up to you, whatever. Stephen A. at that point could have been like, man, let's talk after the game, bro. I won't leave, man. Let's have a man-to-man talk. He didn't do that. You stood down, right? Went on national TV the next day, say, I understood that was a father talking to me that wasn't LeBron and Suits. Understood. I get it. I'm a father too. But then you proceeded to go on the podcast. And man, what was up with this shit? Oh man, that was weak. I felt that was weak. You should have came to me like that. He could have called me. Rich Paul could have called me. Hey, dog, you didn't tell the man to that in his face. You didn't do that. And then you didn't call Rich Paul and say, hey, man, Brian, I think you need to. You didn't do that. What you did was you went national public with. So LeBron went public with. Then you went on the podcast. LeBron probably wouldn't have spouted out like that had you not went on the podcast. So LeBron got the podcast now. He got right to go McAfee shot.
So we ain't saying that right.
You think he popped off? And McAfee probably didn't know what he was going to say, but he had to have him to say it. He popped off.
But everybody know Pat McAfee show. They know that platform. That's not the typical first take on the show. Pat McAfee show is totally different. That means it's an all-out thing. It gets personal. That's what Pat McAfee show does. That's so. That's
the right about saying Stephen A. eating this shit up
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely
was he right on saying that?
He's absolutely right. He clowned.
He said he
should
like to see this.
He clowned him.
Again, Kim, you kind of get lost in the mess. We understand. Nobody's saying he's wrong, bro. We're saying what the money is saying that right now this beef has his focus off when he should be actually focusing on the game.
He the coach.
We don't know what Reddick's telling. We're not in the locker room. We don't know just because Reddick
Is it possible that can have his focus? Is it possible that can have his focus off when it comes to court?
I don't think
You don't think so?
I think the money's stretching it a little bit. I think LeBron, first of all, he was out some games. He's complete. His game is completely doo. And I'm a LeBron fan. I mean, you can't go. You almost lost your streak in double-digit scoring. Okay, in a game against the Pacers, and then you just get. You putting a lot on Luka. You putting a lot on Luka. He was 8 for 20 in the Indianapolis game. That's absolutely atrocious. You gotta do better. If that's what the money talking, that part, I completely agree. That part.
Okay, so then hold on. No. I'm saying when you're playing bad, when you're playing horrible, and then you go on a podcast about some old Kendrick Lamar Drake type shit, and you playing bad, and you playing bad, and we end up missing playing for a playoff spot. It's an issue. Here's the other thing. Even if LeBron's not scoring, his defenses went back. It's going. He was locking down on people. Yeah, I know, but still, he was locking down. Like I said before, he is all year, most of the year, he has set the standard. When they see him out there hustling and playing hard and locking down, everybody locks down. But what have we been seeing lately? A lot of collapses. He also, a few times, he getting back. I watched him. Now, hold on.
You can just put the ball on the floor and go right back.
It's not. You
can do that with Austin Reeves.
Wait. Hold on. Let me finish. It's the same thing I've been noticing lately. He missed a shot. He just standing on the other end of the court. Yes. Looking around. He wasn't doing that earlier this year. That's what I'm saying. So to me, his focus, it just looks off. No, I'm scared. I'm not. You focused on one thing. I'm talking about overall, but that doesn't help going on there and not talking about this Stephen A. Smith shit. Right for now. In the off season, get on his ass.
So put a ball on this one.
Get on his ass.
Let me
set up
all season long. Stars shoot commercials, they do all this shit. They do everything.
Yeah.
Right. And they downtime.
Right.
That's a fucking downtime. They got shit with him doing in the game and all that, and talking about his focus.
It was the day of the game. Nobody shoot commercial the day of the game.
The man is 20 years old and he sat out and 40. It takes a lot to get yourself back together. So usually I'm a hater on LeBron, but
you know that.
Nah, listen, bro. He needs time to get his shit back in because he's fucking 40.
I get that.
So in the 80s, that's
the shooting part, the shooting part, I get the shooting part, yeah, it's off. But you know, like I know, you know, like it's effort, defense is effort, and I'm watching him. Just as soon as he misses, he's frustrated. Standing out in the court, why they going? It's effort.
No, it's frustrating.
Right, exactly.
He pointed and shot ain't going. LeBron is a whole package. When his package ain't going, the motherfucker frustrated. You just said it. He's frustrated.
He's extremely frustrated. But one thing LeBron has always been during the NBA season. One thing LeBron like NBA season, he's locked in, and he's always been locked in. He's always his whole career he's been locked in. Right now, he doesn't look locked in. And I think all this little Kendrick Lamar Drake shit is part of why he's not locked in.
Oh, come on, man.
He's not locked in.
The money
He needs to lock in.
He needs to get himself. I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's not in shape, but he did set out 2 weeks.
A long time.
He set out 2 months. And now he got 2, 3 weeks.
It was a long time.
He set out, and I agree with being on this. At 40, you got to get back in the groove, right? But now you got to figure too. He's playing bad, but they putting Rui back in the lineup. They got to adjust back to him with Rui. Austin Reeves is, am I the dude one night or am I the side piece one night?
Austin Reeves hooping though.
He's adjusted on. I can play off Luka. I can play off LeBron. He's getting it. He's getting it.
Hey, he ain't there.
If you LeBron, now I got to get back in the lineup. I know it's been your show, Luka, but let me get back in the lineup. Whatever. Now I'm shooting terrible. I'm trying to get back in. Right? I agree.
Luka got to learn how to play something.
At 40,
Kobe White chipped.
I ain't got to him. 40. Okay. Let me jump back in the line while we're trying to maintain a spot. We trying to get our seat together. Okay. Let me jump back in. I got to put Floyd back in too.
The money won't listen.
But now I'm shooting. But now I'm shooting terrible. I'm shooting terrible too. So I'm not playing.
Some of that is
So okay. Let me rebound.
Some of that they starting to show age ago too, man. I'm shots.
You shot for me.
I understand that.
So you shooting terrible.
Rip them off. But some man, you seen what look.
Can I
think
some of the money?
LeBron, it's damn like he ain't get on his own no more, bro. That age is starting to catch up with your boy, man.
It's yeah. That it's gonna definitely do. It's okay. Like when Luka first came to Lakers, right? We know he hadn't been playing, so he had to work his way back.
He was shooting terrible.
Right? He was shooting terrible. Horrible. But did you also see his whole demeanor? When he looked like a heartbroken schoolgirl who got stood up for the dance when he got traded. He looked sick. He looked like he looked like he wanted to cry. He was fake smiling. He has that right. But I'm saying, but the third time. But so you telling me that won't affect your game?
Yes, because it affected Luka.
It affects your game. That's what
Luka was clearly shook.
Yeah, it was good.
But okay,
but most of us said he should have came in like, let me show Dallas up right away. He was messed up over that.
He was, no doubt. Okay, now
I mean, if you want to play the whole team, you would be too.
You're right. He still had home. But look, Luka came around. All of a sudden, he started hitting the threes. All of a sudden, he started getting back into it. Luka was ball, right?
Cool. He got over it.
He got over it. So now he started balling. Okay. LeBron is going to get back into the groove. He's playing bad. He's going to get back in the groove. I agree. So, about his, I wouldn't say his focus on outside. He's just playing terrible basketball. He knows that. He knows that.
But you know what? Playing poorly. Playing poorly.
He'll get back into playing.
Playing poorly and effort is two different things.
It is.
Playing poorly and effort, and my problem is they do. But one thing we've never talked about. One thing we've never talked about with LeBron his whole career is his effort.
Oh no,
we never talked about his effort. So that's the part I'm looking at, and that's what I'm saying. That's what you got to get back into. So look, we can talk about some more stuff. We got to move on. We kind of
Stephen A.
we freelancing it, but let's just get to a little NBA before we go a little NFL, because it is playoff time. It's just about playoff time. OKC, you know they doing their thing. Cleveland went on a little losing streak. They didn't cool off. But hey, it's a good point. We got some teams: Detroit, Houston, Minnesota coming around. Minnesota starting to hoop. Ben's Golden State team is coming down here for a little bit after the Jimmy trade. Yeah, I put you out there.
Front of you.
They got
her.
They got two problems. That's the problem.
They got her. Because what you say? Next man. Don't you always say that?
You did say next man. Next man.
Who's the second Robin? You still got two wrong.
I know.
That sound like kind of like him and the bro.
So let's stay on track. Let's stay on track. So the thing is now, though, looking at this, it seems like a lot of the great teams can turn it on and off anytime. Like playoff time, they turn it on. They turn it on, right? Are these teams built like that where they can just turn it on?
No.
I just don't know. I don't see no team. And they all playing like they can just turn it on.
The only team that's built like that. The only
I totally agree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
And I think Pat don't agree.
Right. The only one can turn it on.
Can say, hey, let's lock in today. Let's play.
Boston got hungry like they was last year.
Playoffs ain't stop.
They're not home.
Playoffs don't stop. Boston played totally different during the playoffs.
But they not hungry.
They're not hungry because they know they're the best team.
That's why.
What I will say though, if it's one team that can turn it on and off, it's Boston. Yeah. Because Boston and played Cleveland. Cleveland been on the run.
And I told you,
Boston shows up against Cleveland. They like.
So I told you,
what do me and Drew always say? The only take I have on Boston is they play down. They play down to what they playing too much, bro. All the time, they dumb down the whole game.
I think they rely on.
I agree.
So I disagree. I completely disagree. To me, and I watched. I don't know if y'all even turn on the TV to watch Oklahoma City, but I feel Oklahoma City down a lot of games and come back because they got the youth. Now, to me, they're not going to do what they did last year and choke out early.
Mm-hmm.
I think, to me, they're the only team I think if they get down can come back.
You think they can turn around? You
think if they run into a Denver, Lakers?
Denver ain't scared nobody.
Them ain't scared
Denver ain't scared nobody. Some days are over.
They don't have to scare them.
What I'm saying is, in the playoff,
if they down 2-3-1 against them, I think they come back and beat them. I bet
if they down 3-1 game,
no,
they beat them.
Well, we stay there before.
Watch this.
Houston.
What I'm saying is, if they run into it, you say they're not scaring you, but if they run into a playoff Jamal Murray, a Joker, Michael Carter, whatever his name is, Aaron Gordon, in a playoff series.
Oklahoma City got the guns.
You think about it, the young cats.
But I'm saying they don't have
What
off the bench. They don't have.
They're playing good off the bench.
That last year.
They don't have the playoff experience. If they run into Luka and LeBron in a 7-game series, even if they go up 1-0,
we ain't gonna talk about that. They blew the most double-digit leads in basketball.
That's what I'm saying.
So stop.
I'm saying a playoff series, man, and OKC runs into a veteran team.
You ain't got to
that's been there and done.
We heard you.
But you're
not going. We are hearing you because you want.
If you run into a Jamal Murray,
I said that they can be.
Joker.
The only reason that OKC is the most deadly team in the West is because they don't rely on the three-point shot.
That's it. And they got multiple people that can.
They don't rely on the three.
Well,
they don't shoot
free throw line.
And what they were saying, Shea not gonna get all those calls that he gets during the regular season. So now he got all those calls. Now is it possible? Is it possible Shea could hit this James Harden stride in the playoffs? Remember how Harden used to be killed all season, but
nobody
getting the playoffs and like he wrote that.
I'm not gonna let you disrespect.
I'm just asking the question. I'm asking the question.
Getting the Harden.
I said, is it possible? That's all I said.
You know why that's not gonna happen? You know why that's not gonna happen? Because they resting Shea right now. If you know the Shea ain't playing, they sitting them out here and there. They resting. Houston never rested Harden. Harden played the whole.
Yeah, because they got a 13 game. They got the 1 seed.
Right. So they're resting Shea now. They taking one. Shea don't play. Big Boy don't play. They strategically resting people.
And then they got somebody hurt. The other forward is good.
Not Daniels.
He's hurt. But I'm just saying, it's probably because what we always say, the playoffs, that schedule get tighter, playing every other day. And then now it's come down to coaching, right? Adjustments, like how we play you in game 1, we're gonna make adjustments now. So like the playoffs is a whole new ball, it's a whole different animal.
The best coach in the West.
You're making my point.
The best coach in the West is Kirby, but Kirby, he got enough guns. But besides the 2 bombers he got to beat anybody in the top 6 seeds.
You just made my point on playoffs are different. So I say if OKC runs into a veteran team that we might not play you the same way we play you game 1, we play you different game 2. Well, Denver can do that. The Lakers can do it.
So they ain't got no true number 1 on their team. So
I'm saying, bro, y'all.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm just saying it seems like it's a lot of teams that were balling out for a minute. Like now, as the season's winding down, playoffs, they're not playing as well. A lot of teams are looking real shaky. Blue Cleveland, with what 16, 17 straight. Well, now they lost 4-5 in a row or something crazy.
I mean, Detroit's tough.
Detroit is tough. You can't stay healthy, man.
The problem is, Cleveland had no business fun. Didn't he coach Detroit last year?
No, he coached Cleveland.
No.
Now he's coaching Detroit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They should have never fired her. That was the, but he's going to come back to Hunter because I like who they got. My man from the Nets.
Yeah.
That's who they got, my man from the Nets. But the problem is he can't never win in the playoffs. His team's always good in the regular season. They should have never fired Bernie, and he's going to come back to bite. Because now you see when he got his revenge last night. Who? Well, his son. Junior.
He should get coach of the year.
He should have been coach of the year.
And then he'll come in, but he come in and stop.
Well, we got what? I think playoffs starting in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, so we're gonna have a lot of playoff type stuff to talk about.
We talk about Mitchell.
Oh yeah, let's talk about let's talk about the Memphis fire, man. I don't know what the hell happened.
So word is he was losing the locker room. He was losing the locker room, and his coaching staff changed or whatever. That's the word. My problem with that is, well, the coaching staff changed, and they've been playing the whole year. They got their team back, and they top 5 in the West. You don't wait till 2 weeks before the season ends.
For the playoffs,
to fire. Whatever you want to do in the offseason, do what you got to do.
In the fourth.
This is the fourth season. Right. So how you fire? He's considered one of the best coaches in the league.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you fire dude 2 weeks before the season ends, and you're in the 4th seed going into the playoffs? You fire the head coach.
You didn't train the job. You made him stay there, coach that team with the gun carrying style you got. He still got you to the playoff, but you fire him and don't cut the bad.
What gun told you job?
You right.
That tells me y'all ain't agree with this. What that tells me is
somehow
John's left the trade come off.
That's what I'm saying. He got to go.
Something's going on.
That don't make no sense.
Coach, like it's gonna be something that comes out. Y'all know this. That's how sports work. Right? It's gonna be something that comes out like,
just like the thing with some coming down.
Like you don't fire the damn head coach 2 weeks before the playoffs. The man in the top 4 seed. You don't do that.
I understand.
So something.
And Memphis was playing well.
They got the same exact record as the Lakers.
Something's coming down.
You
gotta be something.
Yeah, but you gotta let that something. But you gotta let that person go and handle that in the offseason.
You lose first round fire. You don't fire. So now what you telling your team? Like that was just idiotic.
You got a whole new voice. You got a whole new leadership.
But I would like to see it represent.
But we got more to talk about. So yeah, I mean,
there's nothing going on.
It's definitely, and more is gonna probably come out. More is gonna come out later. But we can get back to that, man. I want to talk NFL because of course NFL finds a way to be the storyline regardless of what season it is. And right now, our very own Kevin Loud's Giants signed Russell Wilson.
That's all.
Hold on. Not just Russell. Let's go back. They fired famous James.
But I think
Who's hired as a backup? Not hired as a backup.
James got a 2-year deal. So he's gonna be there 2 years. So, but I think the real story, man, is I think what nobody's really talking about is what the hell is going on in Pittsburgh. What's going on in Pittsburgh?
Because they still ain't locked in the quarterback.
What is going on?
They still ain't locked in the quarterback.
What's going on in Pittsburgh?
Well, Pittsburgh. I don't know why Mike Tomlin don't quit. He just refused to quit. Mike Tomlin, and as much as I like Mike Tomlin, he's the problem. Arthur Smith got fired in 2 places. He should have never got the offensive coordinator job. His offense was terrible in Atlanta. His offense got terrible in Tennessee. It makes absolutely no sense. Russell was trying to say, hey, bro, we need to check. He was sticking to his guns, and Mike Tomlin took his side. So whatever goes on, I hope they don't get quarterback because Mike Tomlin deserves it.
No, they're gonna get
and if you wait on the Indian to come, him and Arthur Smith ain't gonna get along, so you gonna pop Smith eventually too. So guess what? During the season. So guess what? Tomlin deserves whatever he get. I'm with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm with Pittsburgh fans. Let Mike Tomlin either get fired or let him go after the season because I'm done. I have completely done with him.
I think we kind of heard it.
You always let his assistant coaches run the side, and that's what always get him in trouble.
Okay, so watch this. You had Justin Fields.
Told him to go.
And you had Russell.
So he can go back to Ohio State.
Hold on. That's basically what it is. In the building. Yeah, you didn't sign neither one of them in Austin. You said we're gonna search for a quarterback. So Justin saying, well, y'all don't want me. New York want me, I'm out. Russell say, y'all got Russ on the back. Hold on, dog. Let me see what Aaron Rodgers told me.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, Russell. We be back. Right? Hold on. We be back. Right? You played Russell. So Russell went out, visited Cleveland, visited the Giants, whatever. I think the New York thing has a lot to do with Sierra, but that's neither here nor there. All I'm saying is, it's New York, now. It's New York. It's a bigger picture. But look. You put him on the back burner. You say, hold on, dog. Let me see if we can get something out of it. Nah, Russell, stay right there. We got you. Russell said, no, I'm disrespectful. You don't want me. We get to Pittsburgh. So all I got to talk Pittsburgh. So you had two quarterbacks in the building, is my point, and you let both of them walk out. You waited on the dude that's arrogant as hell, and you know him and Tomlin either's going to get in it, or like you said, Arthur Smith going to get fired at the game. You know that, and I So you know, you already know what's going to happen. Yeah. So, and then you're going to hit your wagon.
Game 3. He didn't say game 3.
I said game 5. And you know they're going to have first quarter of the season because they're going to blame Arthur. He's right. They're going to blame Arthur Smith. Like, you got Aaron Rodgers, you can't make it work. Goodbye, shit. Right?
Yeah.
The problem with Pittsburgh is you never prepared after big win. You never had nobody in the wings waiting. You never had nobody.
Hold on. You're not going to tell this whole segment because in 2018, the Giants did drive a quarterback in 2020. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So, but you're not going to get on Pittsburgh.
Talk about the Giants. So stop. Don't let me talk about the Ravens.
So hold on. Like a dog when I brought up Tomlin.
Tomlin's fault. You admitted, but you died. Tomlin's fault. Tomlin no control who comes in and out. Yeah, he's the general manager. He ain't the owner. He ain't the general manager. He ain't nothing. Don't put this on Tomlin.
The owner don't even say nothing. They let the people in charge.
Well, then how you gonna blame
Tomlin?
He's one of them.
The problem is he hasn't been able to develop a quarterback. He inherited Big Ben, so he's never he's never developed.
Right.
No quarterback's ever developed under.
Mike Tomlin is a product like the Bulls. You know how the Bulls always in the bottom half of the drive. Right. They can never get the top. Tomlin, him winning all them years, has put him in this predicament.
I told you that. And the ownership is tired of being
mediocre. He said he an NFL head. You crazy. He an NFL head. He an NFL head.
Jordan Love, right? They passed on Jordan Love. It was some quarterbacks that down there that they could have. But just so. But at some point, if you're the Roonies, right? If you're the Roonies. And this Pittsburgh franchise, it's a storied franchise, right? Historical. It's kind of embarrassing what they're going through right now. Begging this 42-year-old asshole to come play for you, and then he said he clearly don't want to be.
He don't want to be.
He don't want to.
He wanted to go to Minnesota. That's what he was waiting.
Right. He clearly, but
the bottom line is, and I'm gonna tell you how Mike Tomlin can end all this. Only thing Kirk Cousins wants is you're not gonna draft a quarterback with you. Go trade for him, call it a day. Kirk Cousins will give you a better opportunity to win than the idiot. What about Russell? Well, who?
But he the starter right now.
I know. He's the only quarterback.
No, he's not. They got old boy that used to
No, Russell is the starter right now.
So you just there's got to be a second option that's trading for Kirk. But guess what? Kirk need to come. Kurt is a professional, just like Tomlin won't. Go trade for Kirk Cousins and call it a day.
Yeah,
please.
So you saying don't wait on him,
No.
What's did they got to trade to get? Nothing.
Well, now
They're going to give them away for free.
well,
They got to pay where they going to cut.
the problem, I think the problem now is Atlanta holds the cards, right?
No, they don't.
Well, no, Atlanta holds the cards because I'm thinking on the trade because Pittsburgh's desperate.
No, but Atlanta know they got to give. Atlanta going to pay for him anyway. When they have to, they kept him on the roster and they got to pay him. They can eat up most of that money. Pittsburgh go get him for a low job pick and call it a day. Go trade for Kirk Cousins. Maybe that's their second option, but I don't know why would be your second option because Kirk Cousins can't play.
Yeah, he can definitely play.
Now Atlanta knew they knew when they jumped that said quarterback was going to be.
Right.
Yeah. They knew that anyway.
Well, first of all, I don't agree with you, but I will say that you're right on this. That's probably their second option. Yeah, but that's probably their second option. You're right. If Aaron Rodgers fakes them out,
They only option.
that's probably they probably ain't said it publicly, but Pittsburgh is probably in the running to say, okay, you ain't want Pittsburgh still.
They can wait on Kirk Cousins. They got to cut him out to two.
So
They cut him out to two. But just don't give me. Why you looking desperate for Rodgers?
You getting strung along.
Rodgers is going to retire. He's not playing at this. I don't care if he did stay for 6 hours.
What else he doing?
He's going off to the retreat.
I don't think he's going.
Can't go. What retreat?
The man was in the dark 2 years ago. He's going back.
He walk away from the game. It's not. Aaron Rodgers is going to tell you.
Him and Tomlin not going to get along.
Well, we know it's going to be a disaster, but what I'm saying is he's gonna.
Why not go with the professional and Kirk Cousins?
I said
It makes better sense.
Offense Smith will be fired by the fifth game. Aaron Rodgers will be there 1 year.
Kirk Cousins or Smith. Kirk Cousins is just like the quarterback he had with Atlanta. Kirk Cousins is what's his name? Right. Go get Kirk Cousins out the Smith. It makes sense. Don't wait on the idiot. Let him in his ponytail, whatever he got going on, the darkness. I don't know the models he dating, the men he's seeing. Who knows? They need.
I know that was coming.
They need.
I knew he was going to say.
Hey, can I jump in?
Come on,
real
Sean.
quick? I don't usually agree with Angry Man because he's local.
See, you right.
Here's the deal. Kirk Cousins signed a 4-year, $180 million contract with the Falcons, including a hefty guaranteed amount. The Falcons are responsible for the full salary, even as Cousins is benched or traded, as a contract guarantees a significant portion. Here's a trade scenario. So if you go get him, Pittsburgh, if the Falcons were to trade Cousins, they would still be on the hook for a portion of his salary, though a new team would take on the base salary. So basically what you're saying is you wouldn't Kirk Cousins is going to cost you 50, 60 million if you're Pittsburgh, because Atlanta, due to the contract, Atlanta's going to take on the base. You just got to pay him the base. So whatever his base pay is, that's what Pittsburgh's going to have to, just like they did Russ.
It's like 30 something million, right? The base.
Just like they did Russ. Remember Russ was being paid 30 something mil by Seattle, and Pitt got him for $1 million. So it'll be a little more than $1 million, but it won't be his full contract. So I agree that would be a really good signing, because you got two dogs out there in Pickens and DJ Metcalf that Kirk Cousins work with.
It makes sense, Sean. I don't know what time. Like, soon as Atlanta picked him up, he should have been right on the phone and said, "Give me Kirk Cousins. I'll give you a low drop pick. Goodbye." I'm not an idiot. You wasted all the defensive players you got for this ignorant stuff. When Cam Moore said, "I don't want it," Cam Moore said, "I don't want him anyway."
Yeah, right. They never took player.
Cam Moore said, "I don't want him."
Have we ever looked at the Pittsburgh franchise? Have we ever looked at them as being dysfunctional?
It is now.
They look dysfunctional right now, right?
We never looked at them.
They never. When you think dysfunction, you never think about Pittsburgh.
Well, Mr. Rooney passed and went down here. His son don't know what.
Since being left.
But they never had a backup. What I'm saying,
We had to pass it because they've been over 500 winning season, and you never.
It's
dysfunctional. As you said, he has never developed a quarterback.
No, but they always lose first round.
They've been
You haven't had a quarterback 2 picks. He's always going with free agents. Which was a disaster.
That was a desperate hometown move. They never developed a quarterback.
That's dysfunctional. Y'all just said.
That's why they was dysfunctional.
What Green Bay did.
It was low key undercover dysfunctional.
Well, listen, what Green Bay did was went out and drafted Jordan Love. It pissed Aaron Rodgers off, but they said, you know what? We're gonna put somebody here that when you're done, and we're done with you, we got to
So that's
Aaron Rodgers. Correct.
And they let them see. That's what they do. Whoever comes next after.
But that's the difference between having an owner and not an owner. That's why Green Bay would do that and get away with it. Because if they had a real owner, he wouldn't do that. He would draft the quarterback and have him put something on it. But that dude worried about Home Depot. But still, that's the whole point.
But I mean, you're absolutely right, because even when Belichick wanted to move on from Brady, Kraft stepped in.
You know what it took all the money to sign up for that? He got touches all that money, and now you got eaten.
Because he's one with another.
Right. But Belichick tried to pull it. We got a successor. We gonna and Kraft like, no, we ain't doing that. It's Tom Brady.
But imagine Arthur Blank right now. Arthur Blank said, I got to pay this man guaranteed money. We got to cut him. You told me to sign him. Arthur Blank had no
the only squad that gets them prepared. They don't have it on. That's why they get it. And you're like, well, why is this man sit? He's supposed to be so good.
What other team could allow their quarterback to sit like they do? Not a team with an owner. Because go talk to old girl in Tennessee. She gonna drive Cam Ward. If he mess up, he gonna own that shit. She don't care.
Well, you got to do that.
She don't care.
You got to do that. Literally loses you games. What's the quarterback name right now?
Will Levis.
You got him.
He got for the second round.
Hold on, I think that was after the year. You drafted Malik. What was the Malik? It was a back Malik Willis. You drafted. You brought in.
She don't care.
When he in the
So now you. Now you about to bring in
Cam Ward. And do the same thing. If you don't act right, she gonna cut him too.
It's two franchises. Two franchises in football that I think need to, but it would never do it. They need to go into full rebuild. It's Pittsburgh and Dallas. I know that they never would do it.
Dallas ain't gonna do it.
They would never do it, but they probably need to, because right now they got the pieces. You remember when the one time Dallas did do it,
when he both
was with the Herschel Walker thing, and they ended up with all those picks and got Hickman and all of them, and they won those Super Bowl.
And they need to trade Mark
Parsons. Well, that was Jerry. That was Johnson because
they have to do it.
Right.
They need to trade him.
But they went full rebuild.
If Dallas really want to do it, and they know they need picks and they need players, they need to trade Mark Parsons right now and get as much as
the only way to trade Mark Parsons is he go on that boat and flat the owner.
Jerry Jones still was trade.
But man, watch this. Why would you pay that? You pay CD. Why would you then pay Parsons? You know you stuck after you pay Parsons. You ain't got money to sign nobody. You ain't got no draft picks or nothing. You should trade Michael Parsons right now.
So hold on.
And you rebuild the team.
So hold on.
You done lost.
I'm 80 years old.
Bro.
80. And you gonna tell me my $10 million team, I need to go back and rebuild? I'm gonna be dead.
You ain't been in the Super Bowl since before the Bulls. You ain't. Virginia.
Not because she had her sons running. Jerry Jones picking and everything. Jerry Jones is definitely did. You looked at his face like that.
So let's do this, Flop.
He got one foot in the grave and the other on the field.
Let's do this, Flop. Let's do this deal. If you're not going to shoot, if you don't trade Michael Parsons and you pay Michael Parsons, you got three dudes taking up your entire salary cap. You have no money for free agency. You're not bad enough to be in the draft. Like you said, NFL Hill. You're not bad enough to be in the top pick.
But you're not
good enough to win it.
And now you're passed by the Commanders and the Eagles. So now
the Commanders have passed you now. Yeah. Yes. So you gotta, if you're not gonna go all in and do free agency, Jerry Jones got as much money as anybody in America. He can go in and say, give me him, give me him. Do that. Okay, but here's what I'm saying. Jerry Jones got money. He can move it. He can make that person. Man, we need a little money. We need to restructure. Move it to the ball. You restructure them already. Okay. But what I'm saying is, if you're not going full bear free agency and just go free agency and build your team, then you need to rebuild. If you sign Michael Parsons, you're dead. You got
Could I jump in? Could I jump in real quick?
They did because they're gonna sign Michael Parsons.
Well, no, you should get some fit. Sean, do you agree with me, man? You trade Michael Parsons, you get a lot of picks, you rebuild your team. If you sign Michael Parsons, so
this is kind of a weird thing. So usually I don't agree with Anger Man, and usually a lot of times I don't agree with Kevin. And today I'm doing both. If you're gonna agree, if you're gonna rebuild, get rid of your highest priced assets, the most coveted assets you have, which is exactly what Ryan Poles did when he got here. He got rid of Khalil Mack, got rid of Robert Quinn, he got rid of all those guys that he had. Get rid as many picks as you can for those. Take it down to the studs. And I understand Michael Parsons is a stud. Michael Parsons is a monster, but him being a monster means he's going to be able to garner you a lot of picks, and maybe even a player or two. Who knows? But you want the picks. You don't really want the players. You want the picks. So this is why I have no idea why Cleveland re-signed Myles Garrett. You are nowhere near a Super Bowl. You got no quarterback. You should have traded him for $1 trillion and 1 picks. I don't understand if you don't watch history and learn from it and repeat it. Like you actually could have done. Cleveland could have traded Myles Garrett. Could have got a couple first-round picks, probably a couple seconds, and think of all the draft picks they could have had.
What I don't want you to do,
they need a quarterback too.
Hold on.
They need a quarterback too.
Worse off his guys. Now, Cleveland,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying they have an asset. They have an asset that people want, and that's Myles Garrett.
No, don't look at that. Cleveland got a better chance of competing than Dallas does in that division.
But do you think Cleveland's competing for the Super Bowl anytime soon?
Man, what I'm saying is
that's the question. It's a simple question. It's a yes or no. Is Cleveland competing for Super Bowl in the next 5 years?
It's a yes for me because they have a chance to win that division. Pittsburgh is unknown. Cincinnati can't stop you. The only team you got to worry about in that division is Baltimore. What I'm saying is this. Cleveland, if they get a better quarterback, which they should have traded for Cousins too.
They could.
Okay. They should be better this year. Because you can find somebody to be on the other side of Jerry Jr. I'm not going to put Cleveland in the same category as that.
I'm not putting them either, but when you got an asset like, I just don't think Cleveland is as close to the Super Bowl as they think they are. And that's the issue. And if that's the case, then you gotta cut ties. You have to get rid of your assets, rebuild, get as many picks as you can, and start over that way. I just don't think Cleveland is as close to the Super Bowl as their owners or their fans think they are.
I don't know what Dallas ain't. I don't know why not. I don't know what you see in this Cleveland offense because you got Sebastian is one of the best offensive minds in football. I don't know what you see because their defense is solid.
Hey Sean, would you agree that Dallas the last couple of years when they was 12-4, they had some squads that was talented enough.
Cleveland just made the playoffs.
They blew it. A lot of the Marcus Lawrence has left. A lot of them has left. A lot of them left. They gone. So now you trade Micah, you get picks, and you just rebuild. I agree with everybody that Jerry Jones will never do it. But what I'm saying is they can get picks off Michael Parsons. Same thing as Myles Garrett, like you said. Same thing. Cleveland could have got a haul. They can get a haul for Micah.
It's Pittsburgh in the same situation. They can move Watt. They can get a haul for TJ Watt.
Watt would have to want out.
I'm just saying, but Pittsburgh in a similar situation. They not a contender.
Man, give me
They're not good enough to contend, and they're not bad enough to get a top guy.
Cleveland.
Talking about Pittsburgh. I'm saying we throw them in the same Throw them all in that same mix. Pittsburgh, Dallas. If you want to throw Cleveland, we can throw Cincinnati in there too. The Cincinnati just ate up their whole cap of 3 players.
Wide receiver, yeah.
Bringing both those receivers back, right? I mean, and that's ridiculous. And still don't have no defense. So it's ridiculous. So I'm just saying, these teams, like, you got to sometimes, like you said, you got to be realistic and look at the whole situation. Look at your division. Like you said, Slider. Now, I agree. Stefanski's a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a coach.
What shots?
Who's your quarterback? That's the question. Who's your quarterback there?
That Deshaun Watson deal.
That's the problem.
Is the worst. Yes, exactly. Which is my question, Angry Man. Who's your quarterback? You don't need a generational quarterback to win a Super Bowl. We just saw that this year. All right, but who's your quarterback? You need an average to above average quarterback.
Absolutely horrific. I don't know why the fast think he can reach through. He can reach through Kenny Pickett.
They let Jameis go for Kenny Pickett.
Right, that was crazy. What they should do is go trade for Kirk Cousins.
Going somewhere.
They want us. If you trade for Kirk Cousins, Cleveland might be up there winning games with my boy Lamar. I'm being honest with you. Cincinnati can't stop nobody. Come on.
If they go get Kirk Cousins, I think I could agree with you again. Shocking, twice in the same show.
Yeah,
but yeah, Cleveland would be really, 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 really formidable in that AFC North if they get Kirk Cousins.
They need somebody to go on the other side of Jimmy. That's the other one of their problems.
Yeah, you can still get wide receivers though. Wide receiver, you can get guys. You can get slots.
Nobody running back because the one they had always.
This is a strong receiver draft too. There's some good receivers.
That's all.
Yeah.
But so which means Cleveland picking at number 2. They want to get that guy from Colorado to play wide receiver and not quarterback. Guaranteed.
No, he should go. That's crazy.
Sean, stay on because it's a great segue. The draft coming up. And right now the talk is Shador. Is he falling?
No, he wanted to try to 3.
No. Is he falling? Hold on. Is Shador falling? Because I think if it gets past New Orleans, I think he falls down into the bottom of the first round.
The Raiders take him.
New Orleans is taking.
The Raiders take him.
Okay, the Saints after the Raiders?
The Saints.
Yeah, Saints. No,
Saints before the Bears.
Right.
The Raiders before them.
Yeah, Raiders is Saints. Yeah.
So he's not falling no farther than my Raiders.
Okay.
Because guess who? Mark Davis, he's already in Vegas. He loves Dion. And guess what? The quarterback think they can make him good.
Yeah, he's working.
Right. He already carried the quarterback in his office.
If he falls to the Raiders will take.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to fall. Here's the question, though. Here's the question, though. It's you think if I don't know if the Raiders. I don't know if the Raiders. I don't know where Shador goes, just because I don't know. I doubt Cleveland will take him. All right, Cleveland. I mean,
they take it. They take a Hunter, number 2, without.
Hunter's going to the Giants. But look, they're not gonna. Cleveland will not take a wide receiver with the number 2 pick.
Why not?
So they need a
Who
quarterback.
can play both pieces?
They need a quarterback.
Who?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. We're gonna take Shador.
They'll take Shador before they take Hunter.
No, they won't.
You think Cleveland with the number 2 pick gonna take a wide receiver?
No.
The number 2 pick?
That's the question. That's why I said.
He won't get past the Raiders.
I said the Raiders are special, but
Because Tom got a lot. He works out.
Tom loves Dion.
Yeah.
the Raiders are special. I agree with that. But I think the Saints will take him before he gets to the Raiders.
Go ahead,
Now, I'm saying, I agree with Ben. He definitely not going back to 6.
They Gino's the bridge. Period of point blank.
So speaking of that, let's keep going in the draft. The talk of Ashton Genty, the running back, Boise State. We just saw the workout, the pro day. The boy looked good, and And the one thing I watch combines and all that. Everybody don't play.
You take Scatterboard and say
everybody doesn't play to their athletic ability, right? You may run a 4-3, but you probably don't play a 4-3, like a 4-3, right? So that's the
I agree with that.
I think this kid Genty, and I love Hampton from North Carolina too, the other running back. I think that kid, if he falls to 10 at the Bears, I think you gotta take.
You take Tyler Warren without fail. You don't take the running back. You take the tight end. The tight end can catch. He can block. You take the tight end at number 10. You take Scatterbo in the second.
Guess we need to move up in the draft.
No, I don't take. You're one of those. You're one of those.
I'm sorry.
You're one of those Genty guys. One, I'm not very big on him. I'm not as big on him as a lot of people are. I'm not questioning his talent at all. I think he's a very talented guy. I don't think he's the next coming of the running back position. I think there's other guys. We have a guy short like him. We have a small guy in DeAndre Swift, who actually, if you recall, his first touchdown, he surprised me a lot by being able to run between the tackles a lot better than I thought he would, and I had to give him credit for that. I'm keeping him. You got his contract. He's still got to deal with. Give me some help on the offensive line or an edge, or if you get a Mason Graham falling, I'll grab a Mason Graham. There's too many good running backs in this draft. I love Omar.
Sean, you don't like Gentry as a 1-2 back? I'm not saying he got to be the feature.
He can't catch.
The Bears don't need.
No, I don't want two guys. I don't want two running backs who are short in stature. He's 5'8".
Well, Swift make up. They still can move on from Swift if they
don't cut Swift if they get
right. I'm saying they can move on, but what? So what are you looking at? Because the issue you have right now in the top, when you're in the top 10, you want to take a special player. I need it, right? I don't.
You take Tyler Warren, call it a day.
Stop. I like it.
The Bears need to stop with the toys.
Hold on. Because when you talk about, you get a running back, a special kind of running back with the way Ben Johnson schemes and create mismatches.
They took him to Detroit.
That would be a beast. I think Sam Montgomery. So they had just signed Montgomery, and they still took him.
One of the guys in the draft.
Tyler Warren.
The Bears don't need Gentry.
They don't.
The Bears take Gentry, that's just another toy. You don't need Gentry.
No, you fortify that offensive line or defense. I'm telling you, if Mason Graham falls, because people keep forgetting about Jackson Dart. People talks about someone jumping up to if Jackson Dart gets someone jumps up and trades for him, that pushes everybody down. So you might be able to get a Mason Graham. You might be able to get a Mason Graham, or you might be able to trade back and get his line mate Kenneth Grant from Michigan. If you trade back from 10 to like 15 or so. So there's a lot of different things you can do. I like Caleb Johnson. Okay. The reason from Iowa. The reason being, pay the light bill. The reason being is that he breaks a lot of tackles. And that's what I like about him. If you're going to get another a strong, because he's 6 foot 2 1/4. That's what I'm talking about. We freeze up. You guys freeze up over there? So we got it. We'll wait till they get back on. The power went out over there, and we'll talk. But one of the things that I was saying is, I personally don't think you take an Ashton Genty. All right, you give me more, give me help, fortify the offensive or defensive line. Okay, and it's imperative because with this scheme, a good running back, we fortify the offensive line. A good running back is going to look any running back, but a good one is going to look really, really good with this offensive line. 2 new guards, new center. All right, and what happens if you draft Will Campbell? Okay, left tackle. What happens if you have Kelvin Banks out of Texas, left tackle? So now you got a brand new offensive line. Only Darnell Wright remains. And we know how Ben Johnson likes to run the ball. You can get guys in the second round. You can get Travion Henderson. You can get Judkins. You can get Caleb Johnson. These guys might be available in the second round. One of these guys would be great. One of these guys would be great. And I just don't think Genty's the move. I just don't think Genty's the move at number 10. I just don't. I think it's a little too much. I think it's a little too much, personally. So, I don't know. We're waiting for these guys. And, yeah, let me see some. Yeah, here we go. Give me a moment. Yeah, I just think it's Genty's is a luxury pick still at number 10 for running back. I'm not a fan of it. There's a lot of good offensive linemen, good defensive linemen that you could take. And I think that's the way to go, personally. All right. You can get these guys are good. These running backs are good in this draft. So in this draft, you help fortify this offensive line. Stop. Just because you have good starters doesn't mean you can't fortify it. Doesn't mean you can't add to it. I just think that it is I think it would be a mistake. I think it'd be a mistake to take Genty. And the kid's talented. Don't get me wrong. The kid's talented. I have nothing against him and his talent. I just don't think we are 100% set and secure on that offensive line. Jay Grizz, they ain't freeze up. You're just trying to go watch them bums on the outside play. You mean the undefeated bums? Those guys? Yeah. Put an eight spot up on the board. Big crooked number up on that board. But yeah, I don't find Ashton Genty and everyone. Private workouts are okay. To me, look at the tape. Look at the film. All right. You can run around in shorts or just t-shirt or shorts like he did yesterday. I'm not impressed. All right. I'm not impressed. All right. The kid is talented, but I just don't think that that's a luxury pick for us. All right. There's far too many good running backs in this draft that we can get after we shore up that offensive and defensive line. Okay. As they talked about, Jackson Dart might be someone that people jump up to trade for. And if that's the case, I mean, what if someone jumps up to 8, 7, 8, or 9 to get him? All right. It pushes everybody down. Now we got a real problem. A good problem. But a problem nonetheless. You know, and that's where I say trade back. I say trade back, man. It would be beneficial to us. Trade back, see who we can get an extra pick, and then see who we got. Is Kelvin Banks available? Is Will Campbell available? Is Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle? Mason Graham's defensive line mate, is he available? So I think we got the guys back.
Hold on.
No, I'm not gonna.
How many minutes we got, Sean?
Hey guys, we got 3 minutes.
All right, we're gonna sign out. We'll continue this conversation next week because we
All right.
got the draft and everything is still coming up, Final Four and all that. So let's sign off right now. Give your parting shots. Pat, go ahead.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties we had this week. And again, I just want to say happy birthday to my wife. That's it.
You gonna do that?
Don't do that.
Slide dog.
Hey, it's good I made it. I'm back. Joel and B, we get his knees together is when I'll be back on the show. Maybe that's in the fall time. I think I'll be here next week. So,
yeah.
Yes.
He could be on the trade block.
And don't forget the money, obviously, tell y'all coming up, but we already got SmokeFellas, fedoras, and stuff. What's that? The money's coming up.
Fedoras and derby hats. May 3rd.
May 3rd. Let's go, Shorty Mac.
Kevo.
I appreciate everybody tuning in. It was a little bumpy this week. I appreciate y'all tuning in with us. A little bumpy this week. We apologize. We'll be back to normal next week. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for the ride. A guy sitting next to me say he back. Man showed up at 12 for 2. But don't worry about it. Like that's neither here nor there. Thank y'all for tuning in. Much love.
Hey, Sly already mentioned it. May 3rd for Doors and Derby Hats. Y'all went there last year. It was a great time. Put on some clothes. Come out and kick it with the fellas. We also got some big things coming up. Some major announcements coming up soon. Probably next week we'll have all the details. So we got a major announcement coming up. So y'all stay tuned. Tune in. Thanks for tuning in again this week. And as we always sign off, where there's smoke.
Hey, Kitty.
Peace.
And Drake Jr., good shot.